Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Before I start on today's video, I've got to thank everybody that has subscribed. Over the last week or so, I've had loads in the last week, but overnight I've had so many that I'm now over 5,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. For my little channel, I don't even think of myself as a YouTube channel. Honestly, I don't. I don't edit my videos at all. I just point the phone at me. That's why I appear backwards. And I chat. I don't go out on my bike and have my camera on the bike. I don't do anything of that. I don't do bike reviews. I just chat rubbish and talk about the bike that I've got and stuff that's going on. And to have 5,000 of you bother to subscribe means so much. So thank you to everybody. I know there's a few Muppets along the way in YouTube, but I'm so proud of my little community on my channel. And yeah, you're all great. I absolutely love your comments, and that's the main reason for my channel, is the comments that I get from you guys. A lot of them are really interesting, funny. I get so many funny comments, usually taking the mickey out of me or otherwise. And yeah, it's brilliant. I can't believe that I've got such a great channel, if I'm honest with you, and 5,000 subscribers. It's amazing. So thank you so much. I'm just a little bit concerned, if I'm honest, that the people that have subscribed over the last maybe 3 or 4 weeks don't fully understand my channel, and they'll probably unsubscribe, because I do go off tangent a bit and maybe talk about my logs, my wood, and my leaf blower and my jet washer. And I sometimes tell you stories about a friend of mine, a good friend of mine that passed away earlier this year, called Rob. And I've told over the last 7 months lots of Rob stories, because he was a very funny guy. So if you're not interested in that, that's fair enough. I get that not everybody is, and the only reason that I tell them really was a selfish reason, was to keep him alive in some way. You know, when someone passes away and it's such a shock that they've gone, and when you talk about them, it's like they're there still. And that's why I started doing it. And then his family, who watched his channel, loved the fact that I was telling these stories. And it turns out that some of you guys love it as well. So I'm going to keep doing that, because I've got loads of them. I've got a Christmas one, which kind of doesn't paint Rob in a good light, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. And then we'll talk about the title of this video, which is, I was going to do a video about the horror stories, some of the horror stories that I read in the comments from yesterday's video, about experiences that you've had with main dealers and dealers. And I thought, when I first read the first one, I thought, I've got to read this one out. And then by the end of the night, there was 30 or 40 of them, and I thought, oh my god, it's just horrendous. So I can't read them all out, but there are some real horror stories out there. And I wanted to just kind of flip it and talk about, if you've got any good experiences, or even better, you can recommend a good dealer, a motorbike dealer. In this day and age, it seems that they're few and far between. Obviously, I talked about Wibsby motorcycles yesterday, and it turns out that one of my long-time subscribers, Mo, lives in Wibsby and never even knew about that dealership. So that's great. So Mo, get yourself down there. And Ian, email me with that offer on your Classic 500, because they've got some great bikes there, but they've got a Classic 500 that I think's got my name on it. But anyway, we'll talk about that another day. Let me tell you the Rob story. Okay, it's a very quick one. And it was he lived in a village up near Stratford upon Avon, and every year for, I think, probably 5, 6, 7 years, he used to dress up as Father Christmas, Santa Claus. And in the village hall, they used to have a Santa's grotto, and he used to have all the kids coming in, sitting on his knee, and, you know, talking about what you want for Christmas, have you been a good boy, and stuff like that. And Rob did that for years and years and years. And one year, it turns out his last year of doing it, he woke up and he had a really bad cold. I mean, he was really rough. He said that he had a really bad sore throat, his nose was running, he had a cough. And he spoke to his other half and said, I can't go there today. I can't do it, because I'm going to pass on my germs to all these little kids, and it's just going to be horrendous. I'm going to be coughing and spluttering everywhere. And his other half said, well, see how you feel, get up there and see what they say. And he went up there, spoke to the organisers, and they said, no, it's fine. If you're happy to do it, we'll sit the kids on a little sort of stool next to you, so they don't have to sit in your lap. They don't sit in your lap anymore, do they? I'm sure that's not PC. That's not why Rob did it, by the way. But anyway, so he said, all right, I'll get through it. I'll man up. And so he had all the Santa Claus outfit on, the red suit and the big white beard. All the little kids came in, sat on the stool and said, you know, I've been a good girl, I've been a good boy, and what I want for Christmas. And so it continued until an older child came and sat on the stool. And when I say older, I don't mean 16 or anything like that. I think they were about 8 or 9 or something like that. And he sat down and he started tugging on Rob's what's it on his beard. That would be really bad. Tugging on his beard and saying, "You're not Santa Claus. I know who you are. You're Hannah's dad," which is obviously Rob's daughter. And Rob was getting more and more annoyed. And in the end, he said he just couldn't help himself. And he raised his voice and said, "If you keep tugging my fucking beard, you're going to get fuck all for Christmas." Anyway, he got sacked. And he could never go back to the village hall. All the parents were horrified. But I mean, that wasn't Rob. I mean, he's not that sort of guy, but he was feeling rough and had this little sod tugging on his beard. It was just sent him over the edge. Anyway, I thought you'd like that as a Christmas Rob story. Right, guys, what I want is for you to tell me, instead of, I was accused the other video of bashing the motorcycle dealership in the UK because I didn't agree with the admin charge, which I still don't agree with. I think it's a scam, if I'm honest with you. I've said it. A lot of you agreed with me, actually. Some of you didn't. But I felt that I was sort of yin and yang. We've got to sort of like try and get onto the more positive side of it, because they are struggling at the moment. It's been quite common to hear of motorcycle dealerships shutting down, and Kawasaki Colchester, which is quite near me, that's going at the end of the year. And there's been a lot of others over the last 6 months. KTM are struggling, or they're in administration. I mean, it's just not good. So what I thought, instead of us slagging the shit dealers off, and apparently there are a lot of them, and going by the comments, if you want to just go back and read some of the comments in my last couple of videos, I mean, some of them are horrifying. So I thought we should talk about the good dealers, and if there are any. I mean, I know, obviously, I can't say the word, Wibsy. It's just why I don't live there. Wibsby Motorcycles. Ian at Wibsby Motorcycles sounds like a top guy, sounds like a proper dealership, and the sort of dealership that I used to know when I was younger. And there's Allwells, which is near to me in Ipswich. I've never actually had any dealings with them, but I think they're supposed to be really good. And you guys have mentioned a couple. There was one in Northampton, but there were so many comments, I can't find that comment. But one of you said there was one in Northampton that was really good. I thought it would be really good if you could just put in the comments of a positive situation that you've had at a motorbike dealers and which one they were. I think that would be good for everybody, because then people, just as like when I hear these stories about certain dealerships, I automatically think, well, I'm never going there. I'm never going to buy a bike from there. I just want to flip it and think, well, actually, if I ever in that area, I'm definitely going to go in and look at their bikes. There was also another Royal Enfield dealership in the New Forest in Brockenhurst. I can't remember the name of it, but I went in there, I think last summer, and they were so good. I mean, I sat there and drank coffee with them. They were really, really cool. And kind of that's what I like. I like that sort of really relaxed atmosphere, but not so relaxed that people are in front of their computers not even looking at you, but more interacting with you. I think that's the thing. That's the important thing, isn't it? Is to feel like that they're as passionate about the bike as you are. So yeah, any positive experiences you've had, put them in the comments. I've got to speak about my bike now. I had a guy comment on before I do that, you see, I just chop and change. A lot of you commented about my garage door, and one of you suggested I should paint it and do a Union Jack or something on it. And I thought, that's such a great idea. Someone else mentioned like putting like number plates on there or something. I thought, I want to do something, probably paint it. And then I thought I could graffiti it, not me personally. But if you have anyone in your family, a son, that does graffiti, I don't want just like a cock and ball on my on my door, but like a proper graffiti. They can come and do my door if they want. Otherwise, I might just paint it. I don't know what, but yeah, I'm definitely going to paint it. So that was a good call, whoever said that. Also, I had another comment from someone who is a Z1, which is the bike that my bike is based on, or is in homage of, is a Z1, the Z900 RS guru. He knows everything there is to know about these bikes. And he said to me, the reason why your fairing, your nose fairing looks different is because it's on the wrong coloured bike. There is a different colour green that the Z900 came in, and yours isn't it. So let me spin the camera around, because I'm going to tell you something now. I'm almost 100% sure what I'm going to do, but let me spin the camera around. Okay, so now all I can look at when I look at my bike is the difference between that colour, my God, and the nose cone. It is definitely very different, and I don't understand why I didn't notice it until I started doing videos close up on the bike in the garage. That is so different. I mean, to the point, guys, that I think I'm going to remove this, because the bike looks great without it. A lot of you didn't like the fact that I had this on here, and I will sell it for 50 quid to anyone who's got this colour fairing. Yeah, if you're nearby and you want to buy it, £50 bargain. Otherwise I'll keep it, and maybe, I mean, someone said about respraying it, but I don't know. I just, is it really worth the hassle? I'm going to get another bike that I'm hopefully going to paint, so I think I've got enough painting to do. I mean, that colour, keep that in your head. Yeah, it's very different. I mean, look at that, it's very different. So what do you think, guys? Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. As I said to you in another video, the clocks, you can't see the beautiful shape of the clocks with this fairing on. And although I love this fairing, it's become a bit of an OCD. I blame you lot. So yeah, it's going to come off, sadly. And maybe I'll look and see if I can get one in the right colour. That might be the best option. Anyway, guys, thanks again for the subscribers that have joined me recently, and of all the OG subscribers that have stuck around for years. It's incredible. I'm so lucky. I love my YouTube channel, and I love my wood. All right, guys, have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ride safe.